think Expendables is successful because it's self-deprecating. It's an action movie with amazing action sequences and actors who can really pull that off. But it also makes fun of itself, which is something that you don't necessarily get often in these action movies. They're usually very like self-serious and earnest. And so I appreciate Stallone's vision for this. Like he had such a good vision and was really tapped into the pulse with that. And I think it's just relatable. Like you want to be able to go see something that's visually stimulating and amazing, but also you can feel relaxed at enjoying because it's laughing at itself and you can laugh too.
It's 8 years ago that the last Expendables was shot. So it's been a while, and now the group has expanded. We have Megan Fox, we have 50 Cent, Andy Garcia is with us. All great actors and really cool personalities that I think helps the franchise quite a bit.
This has been done well. What's really exciting about this film is the heroic action sequences and films. And this part, I think when things blow up, boom, and the smoke is there and there's fire and I come walking out of the other side and you sure that I made it, you go, man, this is the best movie in the world, man. I'm not sure I'm ever gonna get a chance to do that in life.
I think the challenge with every action movie always is to say, we want to see stuff that's never been done before. And you're always like, well, I mean, everything really truly has been done before. It's just a matter of how we shoot it. So for us on this one, definitely we wanted to raise the bar and really have some new exciting stuff that takes place on a ship and stuff that you probably haven't seen. But also to go back to the original film, the one that Sly directed, and ground the characters again and make you feel and care for them. So I feel like for us, it's really a blend, this movie, of kind of getting back to the roots of the original and trying to take the action to the next level while maintaining the integrity.
Every time I get one of these Expendable scripts and I read through it, I'm like, how in the hell are we gonna do half of this stuff? It's insane. And we managed to pull it off. I mean, look where we're sitting right now. On the bridge of a ship. The magic is amazing. There's some crazy stuff that happens in this script, in this movie, and I'll be excited to see how it all comes together. And I think a lot of that's gonna be memorable. But I think at the end of the day, it's the dynamic with these cast members that people like, and that they're gonna gravitate towards one or the other, and it's those one-liners and those things that people really like.
Well, at the end of the day, it's a relationship movie between Barney and Christmas, between Jason and Sly. It's what's constant, that comes from the other films. Their brotherhood, what they've done with each other, what they've done to each other, and what they're prepared to do in the future, which is basically take a bullet for one another.
What you've got here with Expendables 4, at the heart and soul of it, is our director, Scott. He was a stunt guy beforehand, and now he's a fantastic director. And he's a guy who directs from his heart, definitely. He knows exactly what he wants from this, and I think the action sequences are gonna be bigger and better than anything you've ever seen in the previous 3 films. They were fantastic, but this takes it to another level, and I think a lot of that is to do with Scott's input.
The most exciting part about filming an action film is the action part, like the training, the stunt training. It takes long hours to learn the choreography that the stunt team has created, and then working alongside all of the people who have been in so many action films, and their talent and their speed and their quickness and their strength. Like it's so much fun to do.
Real stunt, boom, elbow, knee, flying knee, everything I can do. Yes, this movie also is inspired from Muay Thai, but Muay Thai innovative. You know what I mean? Yeah, some new.
When Sly called me back in 2009, I think it was, and he sent me the script. Hey, Doc, I got a script, check it out, see what you think. So I started reading the script, and it was like, I hadn't read a Sylvester Stallone script for 20 years. But he's a very good writer, and he's very special, the way he writes. It's a very cynical, dark, but entertaining, and in this case, very violent world that didn't really exist in the late, say, 2009, 2010. Everything was going visual effects, and there were no real, big guys kicking butt anymore. There was no real fights or very few like shootouts with using blanks and, real weapons. So I think it kind of struck a nerve, especially with the young kids who maybe their parents are watching action movies in the 80s and 90s, but now they had something they could watch. And I think the way it was cast was very clever by Stallone, because he had people who were kind of from that era, a little bit over the hill. There's something unique about this franchise that, I think is continuing with this picture. And it has to do with kind of love of good old-fashioned action movies. Great. They should close the door. Funny.
The most fun for myself on this franchise is you're dealing with actors that are really true to the action hero, because each one has their own accolades in real respects of action. Sly's undeniable in his boxing. Jason's undeniable in his accomplishments as a diver and obviously as a fight choreographer and as a fight man now, as we've seen in multiple movies. You have Randy Couture, don't need to say much about him with his 6 world champions. You got 50 Cent, his background alone just tells you the guy's kind of pretty legit, right? You have Dolph, legitimate fighter as well. But I think the great thing on this movie is we were able to bring some bad guys to the party that are as equal in the fight arena as these guys. With Iko Uwais, as we all know, the star from The Raid, and kind of a new guy, Darren Knopp, who is one of the top fight guys in France. And so with that, it's like all these characters are legit stuntmen, and allows me to shoot them without a stunt double, which is always a pleasure for me, and really get the audience in the action and also amongst the fighting.
It's lucky for me because we worked with the professional stunt from the Jackie Chan stunt, right? And they are really good, they are really talented, and it's easy to work with. And when we had a fight with Jason Statham, it's really complex as well. And we are combined with my style and Jason's style too. We had already the choreographed fight from the Jesus stunt, but they gave me like whatever I want, whatever I do in set. So, it's really complex and really rich when you guys combine with my style and Jackie Chan style too. And kind of like a little bit share with Jason. It's like, we played the knife stuff and with the stick stuff, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be cool when the result is done.
First of all, it's always great when you have a director that knows exactly. It's like a field general, You got to know someone who knows exactly what they want, and within the fact that they're in control, there's also freedom to play, And he's comfortable with those experimentations and those improvisations, which is again, I think, important for this genre, because sometimes you find magic on the day that's not even written, and you have to have the security to go, yeah, say that's working well, try that some more. Let's do another take like that. So I've gotten on with Scott very well, but we have an interesting history because in the 90s, we did a movie together called Desperate Measures, and Scott was my double. He was my stunt double. So that's where we first met.
Scott's funny. I like Scott's, but he's also very even keel. And you never know with directors because they're under a lot of pressure, especially with a movie like this and a budget like this. But he's been very even-tempered, good-humored. I like that he's spontaneous and is willing to try new things on the go and in the moment. He's not stuck to one way of thinking. He likes to experiment and see well, whatever's going to make the best shot or make the best scene, let's do that. So that's been a really good experience as well.
Expendables is a franchise that you come to have your Coke and popcorn and enjoy yourself. You're looking to get thrills, but you're also looking to have heart, but you're also looking to have laughs. I think that's the triple threat of Expendables, and I feel like we've been able to accomplish the fun factor in this movie, where you get to laugh, you get to be on the edge of your seat, but you also get to be rooting for these characters and be embodied in the story and the love story. You know, I think it's kind of something that gets often missed. You know, it had been in the first two Expendables, this kind of interesting love story between two characters, mostly Sly, you know, and Jason's always kind of had his, but on this one, we really go a lot farther between him and Megan Fox. And I think it's really a new level that we're bringing to Expendables and having a love story amongst the whole thing.
This is gonna be really exciting for people to see me in an action film, like to go out and do that. And I really would like to take time out to thank Sly and to thank Jason and Megan and everybody for being here to support me in my film. You know, this is my movie. These people are in it, but this is my movie. Like, it's clear, this is my movie. Like, see, to my fan base, this is my movie. Like, they're gonna come, I'm gonna go see 50 in that action film. And they got Rambo, and they got Jason Statham, and they got Megan Fox from Transformers. You know, the girl from the Transformers. All that, but they're gonna be like, I'm going to see 50.
I mean, what's great about this movie is you have so many performers who are experts in their field of stunt training. I mean, you've got Tony Jaa, Iko Uwais, who are just absolute legends in the martial arts movie industry. And what's great is you can bump into them in the hotel gym and ask them for a couple pointers or tips. And all of a sudden, you're walking around with Iko as your trainer, or Tony as your trainer, or 50 as your trainer, teaching you some technique on bench press or something. That's what's brilliant about this. I mean, everyone's an expert in their own field, and I'm just here just eating up all the tasty morsels.
This franchise is just amazing. It's just, there's something really special about it. I feel that way, and I think the audience will feel the same way when they see this picture.
You can see Expendable 4 in the theater.
You gotta stop moaning at Christmas. Look, I have great respect for your uncanny abilities, I really do, but you are a selfish prick. We both are. We have to be to choose this life over friends, over family. We do this for money. That's a pure definition of prickism.
But I want to see your face a lot longer because it was like, I saw you, it was great. I was like,
Go.